A Russian drone attack slammed into the Ukrainian city of Dnipro on Sunday, striking a bus carrying mine workers and killing at least 15 people, according to Ukrainian emergency services. 7 others were injured as the impact sparked a fire, later brought under control. The bus belonged to DTEK, Ukraine's largest private energy company, which accused Moscow of carrying out what it called a large-scale terrorist attack on mining facilities in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The company said the strike hit workers as they were being transported home after finishing their shift. The attack came as President Zelensky announced that a new round of peace talks between Russian and Ukrainian delegations is scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday.
There is already an agreement on a meeting, a trilateral meeting at the appropriate level. This meeting will take place next week, as planned, on Wednesday and Thursday in the Emirates, like last time. I just spoke with Rustam Umerov. I have scheduled a meeting for tomorrow to agree on the framework of the conversation and prepare everything. On Monday evening, the team will be on its way to the negotiations. We expect that the American side will be just as active, and in particular, this concerns de-escalation measures, reducing strikes. A lot depends on what the American side will succeed in, so that people trust both the process and the results, of course. Today's Russian attack on a bus in the Dnipro region is a crime, a showy crime, which once again demonstrates that Russia is responsible for the escalation. Evil must stop.
It also followed days after U.S. President Donald Trump said the Kremlin had agreed to temporarily halt strikes on Kyiv and other cities amid freezing winter conditions.
Indeed. President Trump made a personal request to President Putin to refrain from striking Kyiv for a week until February 1st in order to create favorable conditions for negotiations. There's nothing more to say in detail than what's already been said. I just want to emphasize once again that we're talking about creating favorable conditions for negotiations. Yes, of course, there was a personal request from President Trump.
The reality on the ground told a different story. Earlier, overnight attacks in the Dnipro region killed a man and a woman, while another drone struck a maternity hospital in southern Zaporizhia, wounding at least 7 people, including women undergoing medical examinations. Meanwhile, diplomacy continues under a cloud of uncertainty. Zelensky said a second round of talks on a U.S.-drafted peace proposal would take place on February 4th and 5th in Abu Dhabi. Yet over the weekend, one of Vladimir Putin's top envoys reportedly held surprise discussions with senior U.S. officials in Florida without Ukrainian participation. Neither Washington nor Moscow has officially confirmed the new talks. The United States says it is close to brokering a deal to end Europe's deadliest war since World War II. But the central issue remains unresolved: territory. Russia occupies roughly 20% of Ukraine and is demanding full control of the Donetsk region, warning it will seize it by force if negotiations fail. Ukraine insists surrendering land would only invite future invasions, a price many Ukrainians say is impossible to accept. As diplomats prepare to talk again, the war continues to speak louder than words.
Dark waters, silent skies, and above the Black Sea, a familiar shadow returns. The United States Navy and the British Royal Air Force have carried out coordinated aerial surveillance missions along one of the most sensitive frontiers of the war in Ukraine, the airspace near the Crimean Peninsula and Russia's Krasnodar region. According to the Military Watch magazine, an American P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft and a British RC-135W Rivet Joint Signals Intelligence jet were tracked flying extended, deliberate reconnaissance patterns just miles from Russian-controlled territory. Flight data reveals a calculated choreography. The US P-8A swept wide arcs over open water, conducting a classic maritime patrol. Farther west, the British RC-135W initially flew parallel racetrack patterns before closing in and joining the same operational zone closer to Crimea. These repeated loops were no coincidence. They are the unmistakable signature of surveillance. Radar probing, sensors searching, and signals being quietly harvested. Together, the two aircraft form a powerful intelligence pairing. The P-8A brings advanced radar, electro-optical, and infrared sensors capable of tracking ships, vehicles, and movement along coastlines. The RC-135W, meanwhile, is a flying electronic eavesdropper built to intercept, analyze, and geolocate enemy radar, communications, and air defense emissions. What one sees, the other hears. Since February 2022, NATO intelligence flights like these have played a decisive role in shaping the Ukrainian war effort. Combined with hundreds of Western satellites and the presence of Western personnel supporting complex weapons systems, this intelligence has transformed raw data into actionable battlefield advantage. These missions don't just observe, they inform planning, refine targeting, and may directly enable precision strikes deep behind Russian lines. Russia, by contrast, lacks a comparable reconnaissance network. That imbalance continues to tilt the intelligence war in favor of Ukraine and its Western backers. The stakes rose further in August 2025 when U.S. Navy P-8s began operating in the Black Sea equipped with the highly secretive AN/APS-154 Advanced Airborne Sensor. Mounted beneath the aircraft in a special mission pod, this next-generation radar can scan land and sea simultaneously, track moving targets, and generate high-resolution imagery day or night, even through bad weather. Designed for coastal warfare, it turns the P-8 into far more than a submarine hunter. All of this focuses on one place, Crimea. The peninsula is among the most heavily fortified territories under Russian control, saturated with air defense systems, including the S-500 Prometei. Yet it has been relentlessly targeted by missiles, drones, and long-range strikes aimed at airfields, bridges, beaches, and infrastructure. Ukrainian officials openly describe Crimea as a primary objective. Western leaders have gone further. Speaking in Warsaw in October 2025, former UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace called for escalating attacks to make Crimea unviable, arguing that choking civilian and military life there could force Moscow to reassess the cost of the war. As surveillance aircraft circle overhead and sensors scan silently below, one message is clear. Crimea remains at the center of a widening intelligence and pressure campaign, and the skies above it are anything but empty.